Okay, I planned on making this into a short, but here's the problem. It's too much information and I end up going long because this is something I'm kind of passionate about right at this moment. And it has to do with muscle protein synthesis. You're like, what? Why do we care about muscle protein synthesis? Well, because we're trying to build our muscles, right? We're trying to build good, lean muscle mass, muscle tissue. We don't want to just break it down and not replace it. And your body, when you talk about muscle protein synthesis, you'll see it abbreviated as MPS, but when we talk about muscle protein synthesis, we're talking about the building of muscle. So your muscle is either anabolic building or it's catabolic being torn down, wasting. As you age, you're going to have age-related sarcopenia anyway, which is muscle wasting, and you have to combat that through resistance training and eating a diet that has a good amount of protein in it. And when I say a good amount, I'm talking about aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound desired weight. So if you want to be 200 pounds, you need to eat 200 grams of protein. It's pretty simple, right? So you're going to have to base that on what your goals are. Where do you want to be? If you're already overweight at 200 pounds and your healthy weight would be 180, then you should probably target 180. You want to get yourself down to that point. That's a whole nother topic. What I want to get to though is my timeline. I searched for some different proteins, right? Because I like Ascent protein, but I have been drinking it for a while. And I was thinking, let me check out a few other ones. Let me check out Transparent Labs. Let me check out Paleo Valley. And let me check out a few other ones, Optimum Nutrition, yada, yada, yada. Now, some of them just have too much crap in them. Way too many ingredients. Ascent, I like it. It has about 5 ingredients in the chocolate flavor. Great essential amino acid profile. When we're talking about essential amino acids, you need to have all 9. Most proteins are all going to have that. You can get that through plant protein. So like Orgain makes a plant protein. You're going to get those 9 essential amino acids. It may be at a different level though than you're going to get them. And when I say that, I'm going to say you might not have the same amount per gram of all the essential amino acids because it's plant protein. But they do a pretty good job. So if you're not a meat eater, or you have lactose issues, you may want to go that way. I prefer a whey protein myself. So I like the Ascent, 5 ingredients, 25 grams of protein in a serving, a little bit of extra leucine. Why is leucine important? Leucine extends muscle protein synthesis longer. It has been shown to extend muscle protein synthesis for approximately 3 hours. So that's why leucine is such an important amino acid. Out of the 9, you do need all 9 though, and you get those 9 through food or supplementation. And like I said, plants or animals. Now, here's the thing. Right now, I was researching Paleo Valley. Paleo Valley has celebrities attached to it, like Dr. Drew Pinsky. I'm nothing bad about Dr. Drew, but I'm going to go against him on this one because even though he's Dr. Drew, he doesn't know everything, okay? He doesn't. I know. You're like, but Ralph, you think you know everything? No, I don't. I want to just give you guys an idea. I want to give you something to think about. Food for thought, since we're talking about muscle protein, right? Let's talk about the amount of protein in Paleo Valley with the whey protein, with the colostrum. Okay, we'll get into that in a second. It's only 15 grams of protein in a serving. There's 30 servings in that bag. And it's $70 because they add colostrum, and colostrum being the first, I'll call it the first form or the first part of the breast milk from the cow and also from humans. Everybody makes it, right? Breast milk. Colostrum comes first, and that has a lot of things in it that help with immunities that you need when you're a baby. So the calves benefit from that. So do you need it as a grown-up human being? I mean, you needed the colostrum when you were a baby. If your mother breastfed you, you got the benefit of it. If she didn't, you had to have supplements, right? You had to supplement with store-bought breast milk. But breast milk, store-bought formula. So the cow, the bovine colostrum is good for the calf because the calf is new, it's growing, it needs those immunities. It needs what it gets from the colostrum. Do you, as a grown human being, need the colostrum? I don't know. Research doesn't say you do. Right now, there's just a lot of people that say it will benefit you, but they don't know. There's been no studies. It's just the hot thing on the market right now. Is it worth paying $70 for 30 servings? No. You want to know why I say no? I'm going to say no because we already know that whey protein works, and it's a cheaper form for most people. You know, I can get 4 pounds of a cent whey protein through Costco for about $50, and it's 4 pounds of it. That lasts me forever. 30 servings, man. That's a once a day, you're done. Month. So you're spending an extra $70 a month just to get something that says colostrum in it, has colostrum in it, and 15 grams of protein. And that's my big problem with it. 15 grams of protein, is that enough to trigger muscle protein synthesis? Maybe. There is actual studied information on muscle protein synthesis that says you should get I think it's 0.5 grams per kilogram of body weight of leucine to trigger muscle protein synthesis, and we want that. So leucine, being one of the 9 essential amino acids, is very important for muscle protein synthesis and to prolong it. Now, 15 grams of protein then, I mean, we don't even know what their essential amino acid profile is in this. I know it's got them all, but how much of it does it have? We don't know. You'd have to get into their chemists and find out who's formulating it all, who's measuring it. I don't know. But with Paleo Valley, 15 grams to me, that's kind of, it's just not worth it. You know, you would only be hitting the numbers you need if you were about 110 pounds. 15 grams is sufficient to trigger muscle protein synthesis for sure in a 110 pounder. If you're a 200 pounder, you need about 20, you gotta get at least 20 grams, but 20 to 25 grams would be your magic number to hit the muscle protein synthesis. So you guys use that as a guide for you, think about it. Like, am I getting enough if all I'm taking in is, 15 grams? What else am I doing? Now I have to, not only am I spending $70 on this protein because it says it's got colostrum in it, but now I'm only getting 15 grams. I need to aim for a gram per pound of body weight, Minimum of 0.8 is the recommended daily allowance, which we know is really just enough to kind of keep you going. But 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight is very little. If you're a resistance trainer, if you're out there pushing it, you're working hard, you need to be aiming for that 1 to 1.5 per pound, not kilogram. So think about that, okay? What else with that? So now you're getting 15 grams from Paleo Valley. I got to go and eat something else to go with this. So I'm spending $70 a month or more. If I take more than one shake a day, I've got to have $70 for that. Now I've still got to supplement with something else. So what am I doing? Am I going to eat some plant proteins? Am I going to make myself up some steak, some chicken breast, turkey, whatever it is, right? I have to add more because I need to hit a certain number. And I don't want to be eating all day. And there's been studies that show if you're only eating like, say, 10 grams of protein in a meal, and you do that like 5 times a day, spaced out, you're never hitting muscle protein synthesis. It's not enough to trigger it. You want to hit 20 minimum, and then that's only going to, 20, say you eat 4 times a day, 80 grams, it's probably not enough. If you're a hardcore athlete, you're going to need more. So that's my little soapbox on protein. And since we're on it, let's just talk real quick about amino acids too. So you have 9 essential amino acids. You have to get them through your food source and or through supplementation. So either food or supplements. Now, do you need to take branched chain amino acids as well? I mean, let's say you're getting a good diet. First of all, you're eating a good, healthy diet. Maybe you have a protein shake once a day. You probably don't even need to take in additional amino acids. But let's just say you are more of a high-level athlete, and you need to supplement with essential amino acids. Do you also need to have the branched chains? They're in the essential amino acids already. Isoleucine, leucine, valine. Those are the 3 branched chain amino acids. Do you need to have additional of those if you're already getting them in your essentials and you have a good diet? The answer is no, you don't. You're wasting money. You're wasting money on another supplement. And even though it may not be a very expensive supplement, if you're already getting it in the essential amino acids, why are you getting it? Why are you going to add more through the branch chain? Pick one. If you only want the 3 and you're eating a good diet, pick the branch chain. If you think you need all of them just in case, pick those. But don't go and supplement with essentials and branch chain unless you just like throwing your money down the toilet, you know? Same with the colostrum. Nobody knows if the colostrum's really beneficial yet. Don't throw $70 at something just because some joker is telling you that it's great. And then you don't have to listen to me either, though. You know, I'm just a nutrition coach. I'm not Dr. Drew Pinsky. I'm not somebody who is a celebrity influencer. I don't have any influence. You know, but I care about you guys, and I don't want you to waste your money on stuff that isn't even proven to work. And so you need to get back to some real nutritional science, understand it, and I think that, you know, it can save you money, save you time, and save you from wasting your time thinking that something's going to help you when it probably won't. I know. I went really long on this. That's why I ended up making it a long form. You guys, I appreciate you all. I really do. Like and subscribe if you dig this info. I'm going to try to keep bringing you some good information when I can. I don't have a schedule for it, but we'll try to keep pumping it out a little bit at a time. All right? Thanks again. And next time we'll talk about something different. I'll get off this muscle protein synthesis amino acid kickbox or soapbox that I'm on, and we'll try to get back to something else.